This is the Z12-3 portable monitor, and this was sent to me by QQH for the purpose of making videos. It was sent to me free of charge. No money was exchanged, so all opinions are my own. They do not get to see this video before you do, so also make of that what you will. So let's start by going over the specifications of this. Now, this is a portable monitor that's supposedly able to connect via USB-C as well as HDMI. So I'm going to verify, simply because I don't know, okay, if this supports any USB-C port or if it has to be like a Thunderbolt port that usually supports display output. In Windows computers, I'm guessing that it has to be alt display or something like that. Okay, so I guess we're just gonna have to check it out, and let's go over some specifications. Now, this is a 15.6-inch display, so it's a pretty standard laptop size screen. So this would be a great additional monitor for your laptops. Now, other specifications include the net weight is 1.5 pounds. It's got a visual area of 344.16 by 194.59 millimeters. The screen size, again, 15.6 inch. And the panel type is IPS, in case you're wondering. The dimension is 360 by 223.5 by 9.4 millimeters. It's got an aspect ratio of 16 by 9, and the resolution is 1920 by 1080, so a 1080p panel. The display color is 16.7 million colors. The color temperature is 6800 Kelvin, and the visual angle for both horizontal and vertical is 89 degrees. It's got a contrast ratio of 1200 to 1, and the output interface is a 3.5 millimeter headphone interface, so any sounds that goes into this display via the USB-C or HDMI should be able to output via the 3.5 millimeter jack in case you want it. So you also get a couple of built-in speakers that are 1 watt, so probably nothing to write home about, but they should be just fine for regular listening. All right, so again, the brand is QQH, so I'm going to unbox it. By the way, it does come covered in a very nice plastic wrapping, which I removed because it was way too reflective. So I have not opened more of this box as of yet, so I'm going to check it out at the same time as you are. I really like the packaging, by the way. It kind of resembles other big brand names. Okay, so I did another review of another QQH portable monitor, and that was a dual display, which means that it was for a triple monitor setup. Much bigger. The box was a similar size though, and because that one kind of folds into a similar size. But what I'm trying to get to is that they both have very nice packaging, very tight, very protected. And right here we get a USB charger, so a regular American outlet, and it says that this is rated for 5 volts at 2 amps. Okay, so not too powerful, but probably just enough to drive the display in case you are connecting it via HDMI, because as you know, HDMI does not provide power. Okay, so good to know. Let's remove this protective foam right here. And I believe this is the display, and it comes in this nice wrapping. I don't see anything else in here. And let's remove this, and I'm gonna put it for a side. I'm gonna put it aside for just a second. We got a manual, so this again the Z12-3, and it says that we get the contents, the monitor, of course. Ooh, a magnetic smart cover. I like that. We got a USB-C to USB-C cable and mini HDMI to HDMI cable. Got a USB-C to USB-A for the power supply, and of course the power adapter that I just took out. So pretty much everything that you might need to connect this. And let's see, maybe anything else that might need my attention for now. I don't think so. Okay, so if you're connecting it to a laptop, it says that you can use the USB-C to USB-C. And if you need an external power supply, or external power supply, then it's the one that it was already included, so this one. And this is in case this is when you use the USB-A to USB-C, so from the power supply to the monitor, and USB-C to USB-C. So it says we got two options: connect with external power supply, which is the diagram that I was just seeing right here. Connect without external power supply only works with full function USB-C port. Okay, so by full function, I believe it means the USB-C type that supports display output, so the alt display or something like that. Okay, some USB-C phones will be able to support display output. If there is no external power supply, the phone will supply power to the monitor. Then the monitor will turn to energy saving mode because, well, I'm guessing this is because most phones are not able to drive a full display. So if that happens, then you will have to use the 2 amp external power adapter, which is the one that we get in the box. So it says, please use at least 16-watt charger or power bank as the external power supply for getting enough current. And again, what I said before, not all phones with USB-C port can work with the QQH monitor. Okay, so we have a diagram for a Windows computer. The first one was for an Apple computer. So in case we want to use a Windows computer, it says that you can use the USB-A to USB-C as well as the HD to mini, or I guess this, by HD they mean HDMI to mini HDMI. HDMI does not supply power. Yeah, I already mentioned that before. And iOS devices. Okay, so iOS, this is USB-C iOS devices. So the Lightning to HDMI adapter. Oh, they do include Lightning. Okay, Lightning to HDMI adapter, which is not included. And then that one should have the HDMI output to the display. And they do need an external power supply to power both the phone and I'm guessing also the monitor. So you will need a beefy power supply to charge both the phone and or Lightning compatible iPad as well as the monitor. And you can connect it to a PlayStation, and you can use the USB-A port in the PlayStation to connect to the monitor as well as the HDMI. Or you can use alternative and external power supply for the monitor and simply connect the HDMI to the PlayStation. Okay, so what I'm looking for is if there is any need to install drivers, as it is the case with some USB-C compatible portable monitors that even though they are USB-C, they do require you to install a DisplayLink driver or an instant display or something like that. I don't remember the name. But there are many portable monitors out there that are often affordable, but they do require you to install a driver, so that's why they're affordable. They're not like true USB-C display adapters. Of course, they do work at the display, but the point being that you need to download a driver, and it doesn't seem to be the case for this one. So let's see, we got the cables. This one is the USB-C to USB-C, which I'm going to need to use right now. And it feels very high quality. I like that it's kind of metallic, or at least it looks metallic. It might be plastic, but well, actually, yeah, it does sound like metal. Very nice. So it's got the protection covers on both sides of the cable. So I'm going to use this, and this is probably, yeah, the USB-A to USB-C cable. Okay, which I might not need, and this one does not come with the covers. I don't think I'm going to need this, at least not for the test that I'm intending to do. May or may not. I might supply my own cable for the testing. And this is, I believe, the mini HDMI to HDMI. So let's just have a quick look. And sure enough, this is full HDMI, full size HDMI, and this is, yeah, mini HDMI, in case you're wondering. Which backwards which, I think it doesn't matter. If my Mac does not support the front port, the front USB-C port for display, then I'm going to have to use the HDMI. But of course, I'm also going to try the Thunderbolt port, because why not? Okay, so now the main event, the one that you've been waiting for. Thank you if you've been watching so far. And as I hoped, the display cover, the smart display cover, is already attached. Ooh, very nice. Okay, we do get some instructions on how to use the smart cover, which again is already attached. And it comes, no, I thought it was under the protective cover, but it's not. So pretty straightforward. It is magnetic from what I can tell, and it tells you how you can position the screen. Okay, so very nice. And some more diagrams on how you can connect the display. So pretty good. Okay, so let's see. We got this protective film right here. So I'm just gonna remove that. It's with a couple of pieces of tape. Very nice protection. And this is the main display. It feels much larger in person than I was expecting. Okay, this is embarrassing. I will have to check out the instructions, it seems. Okay, this works for now. I don't think it's intended to be used this way, but it works for now. Okay, so on the left side, we got a very tiny speaker. So this is the 1-watt speaker, which is not focusing right now. And on this side, we got the 3.5mm jack. We got the volume or the menu buttons, up, select, and down. And this is, I don't know, circular button. I don't know yet what this does. And we got 2 USB-C ports and mini HDMI port right here. So which USB-C port is the one that I should use in case I'm only using the USB-C? And apparently, from what I can tell here in the diagram, both are fully capable USB-C ports. And it has the Thunderbolt port, so I'm guessing this should be Thunderbolt compatible, hopefully. Okay. Oh, okay, the circular one is the power button from what I can tell. Okay. Very, very nice. And this is how you're supposed to use it. Okay. It is actually very lightweight. It feels very lightweight. I think the cover adds some weight, but it's pretty sturdy. So you got basically 2 positions. So this would be one, and this would be the more inclined one. So I'm gonna try to set it here, and I'm going to test. I don't know if the front ports on my Mac Studio support display out, so I'm going to find that out right now. Let me just remove the ties from. Okay, so both ports have the same icon, so I'm guessing that I can use any one of them. And let me just connect this. The front of my Mac Studio. I should at least get some power. Okay, there we go. We got some power. Very bright. I like the colors. Of course, the camera is not going to do it justice. And we get no signal. Okay, so some power saving. So the front ports on my Mac Studio do not supply video. I was kind of expecting that. I do have a Thunderbolt dock, an Acer Thunderbolt dock, so I'm going to connect that right now. Okay, so I plugged it into a Thunderbolt port, and yeah, the displays are reacting, which is something that usually happens. And there we go. I got the OBS recording right here, and everything is changed. So let me just configure my displays right here. And I want to arrange first. So right now I got 4 displays connected, so it defaulted to using this as the main display, so I'm going to change that. I'm going to go back to this being my main display. And yeah, so now I got my wallpaper here, but I still got all my windows messed up. All right, here we go. Let me see the camera preview. There we go. OBS preview. There we go. And we're back in business. All right, so again, okay. The position appears to be, for some reason, it was just happenstance, but it is on a good position. I do have to arrange the display, so I'm going to, I'm going to do that. Here we go. So this is my ultra-wide monitor, and I got my extended displays, which are the same brand, QQH. These 2 displays do require the display link driver that I was mentioning. So I got this one, something like this. All right, so very good, much better than I expected. I was really hoping that I did not need any drivers for this. And I'm just gonna make sure. I'm going to disable the display link driver, which is somewhere. Where's the display link driver? I don't have enough for. on this menu bar. It isn't a widescreen though, so I'm going to click here. Let's see, this is the display link driver. It's called Instant View, so I'm going to disconnect, and it sure enough changed it here. So as you can see, I only have 2 monitors now, and yes, I only have the ultra wide and I have the QQH. So with no drivers active, meaning and confirming that this display does not require any drivers to work. It does require a Thunderbolt port in case you only want a USB-C or and Alt-D something, I think it's called, I forget, compatible USB-C port. So in order to test that, I might want to plug it into my Windows computer. So I'm going to do that just now. And hold on. Okay, so I got my Windows computer just under the camera here. So I'm just gonna get up and plug it in. Okay, so let's plug in. I don't know if this one will require the power, if it's like going up on and off. The computer might be in standby. Okay, apparently it did detect the display. It says type C2. Is there a display though? And apparently I have to log in. Will it extend the display? It did extend the display. Okay. Now this is company display, so I cannot show you what's on the screen. I have to blur it out. But it is working. I don't, however, have... This is not a touchscreen, is it? No, it's not a touchscreen. And let me see. Is the display on the left or the right? Oh, it's on the right. Very nice. Let me see if I can move a window here. And I'm just going to move this here. And... yeah, this is playing a video of myself on my gaming channel. Alright, so I'm just gonna stop this. There we go. But as you can see, as you can tell, the display works so good. It works much better than I expected, to be honest. And I really like the image quality. I like the size of it. I like the colors. Nice. You can select between C2, C1, and HDMI. So right now I'm only on C2. So the bottom port is C2. The bottom USB-C port, I mean, is C2. The top USB-C port is C1, and the bottom port is the mini HDMI. So there you go. This is the QQH Z12-3, a very nice monitor. I really like it. I like the smart cover. I like the size of it, the image quality, and it doesn't have a bezel mount. But it is magnetic, and there are some magnetic bezel mounts that will probably work with this. Now, I can't really confirm this because I don't have one, unfortunately. But yeah. So thank you for watching. I hope that this video was helpful. If you would like to see the triple monitor that was sent to me by QQH, it's a triple monitor setup, meaning that it's 2 displays, 2 additional displays to use with a laptop. And you might want to check out the way that I set it up with my computer, which is not a laptop. Okay, so you might want to check out this review right here. So go ahead and watch that if you want to. And I hope to see you then. Hope to see you in the next one. And I hope that God bless you all. Take care.